If you're over 60 years old, what I'm about to share could save your life. You probably think that drinking a glass of milk before bed is one of the healthiest, most wholesome habits you can have. After all, we've been told since childhood that milk builds strong bones and keeps us healthy. But what if I told you that certain types of milk could be quietly raising your risk of stroke while you sleep? There are no warning signs, no chest pain, no symptoms to alert you that something is wrong. You go to bed feeling perfectly fine, and then you wake up unable to speak clearly, unable to move your arm, or unable to remember your grandchild's name. As a neurologist with over 30 years of experience treating older adults, I've seen too many heartbreaking cases. Good people who thought they were making healthy choices. They drank their low-fat milk, their fortified milk, their plant-based alternatives. They followed all the advice they'd been given. And then, without warning, they suffered devastating brain events that changed their lives forever. Today, I'm going to reveal 5 types of milk that could be silently damaging your brain, especially when consumed at the wrong time or without proper medical supervision. Everything I share is based on scientific research and real cases from my practice. What you learn today might fundamentally change what you keep in your refrigerator. Please stay with me, because the very thing you believe is protecting your health might actually be harming it, one glass at a time. The first danger: high-calcium milk fortified with vitamin D. You've heard it your entire life. Drink milk for strong bones. As we age, many of us increase our milk intake, believing we need extra calcium to prevent osteoporosis. High-calcium milk fortified with vitamin D fills grocery store shelves, promising bone protection and healthy aging. But this seemingly innocent choice could be setting you up for a stroke. Let me tell you about William Harris, a 78-year-old retired firefighter from Michigan. William was incredibly disciplined about his health. Every night before bed, he drank an 8-ounce glass of high-calcium milk fortified with vitamin D. "Keeps my bones strong," he'd tell me proudly during his checkups. One morning, his wife found him collapsed on the kitchen floor. He couldn't speak. His right hand was twitching. His balance was completely gone. William had suffered a silent stroke during the night. No warning, no symptoms, just devastating consequences. His blood tests revealed the problem: dangerously high calcium levels, stiff, narrowed arteries, blood pressure that had spiked overnight. The cause? Excessive calcium combined with vitamin D taken before bed. Here's what happens in your body that most people don't understand. When vitamin D increases calcium absorption beyond what your bones can use, that excess calcium floats in your bloodstream. Your body doesn't know what to do with it, so it deposits the calcium in your arteries, making them stiff and narrow like old pipes clogged with mineral deposits. This process becomes especially dangerous at night. While you sleep, your body naturally becomes slightly dehydrated. Your blood pressure fluctuates during different sleep stages. Add excess calcium to this mix, and you create perfect conditions for a stroke. The early warning signs are frustratingly subtle. Maybe you feel slightly confused when you wake up. Perhaps you experience mild dizziness getting out of bed. You might notice some memory fog that wasn't there before. Most seniors dismiss these as normal aging. But these symptoms could be your brain crying out for help. William survived his stroke, but his life changed forever. His speech never fully returned. He now uses a walker. He can no longer drive. Every time he struggles to find a word, fear fills his eyes. Was it really the milk? He asks me. And I have to tell him yes. The American diet is flooded with high-calcium dairy products fortified with vitamin D. If you're drinking this type of milk regularly, especially if you're also taking calcium supplements, you could be putting your brain at risk every single night. The promise of strong bones might come at the cost of your independence. The second danger: low-fat milk with hidden phosphates. For decades, low-fat milk has been marketed as the heart-healthy choice for seniors. Lower in calories, reduced cholesterol, easier to digest. Every carton promises health benefits. But what those labels don't reveal is a hidden danger: inorganic phosphate additives that could be destroying your brain health. Irene Schultz, a 74-year-old retired teacher from Ohio, made the switch to low-fat milk 3 years ago. She was following her doctor's advice about heart health. Every morning with cereal, every evening in her tea. It's the smart choice, she told herself. But gradually, Irene began experiencing troubling symptoms. Morning dizziness that made her grab the wall for support. Slight hand tremors she couldn't control. Memory lapses that embarrassed her. Within 1 week, she nearly fell twice. When her son brought her to my office, I discovered her blood pressure was swinging wildly. Her blood vessels were stiffening. Her kidney function was declining. Brain scans showed reduced blood flow to critical areas. The cause? Phosphate toxicity from her healthy milk choice. Phosphate additives in processed milk aren't like natural phosphates in whole foods. These are industrial chemicals added to improve texture and extend shelf life. They're absorbed rapidly into your bloodstream. In seniors with naturally declining kidney function, these phosphates accumulate, accelerating vascular calcification and increasing stroke risk. The damage happens slowly, invisibly. First comes balance problems, then memory issues. Finally, one morning, a stroke that seems to come from nowhere but has actually been building for years. We caught Irene's condition early enough to make changes. She eliminated processed milk and switched to whole foods. But some damage was permanent. Her short-term memory never fully recovered. She no longer drives, afraid of getting dizzy behind the wheel. I thought I was being healthy, she told me with tears in her eyes. The label said heart healthy. How was I supposed to know? The majority of low-fat and skim milk in American supermarkets contains these phosphate additives. The FDA approves them. The labels rarely mention them. But if you're over 65 with any kidney issues, high blood pressure, or heart problems, this milk could be one of the most dangerous items in your refrigerator. The third danger: soy milk and hormonal disruption. Soy milk has become incredibly popular among seniors. It's plant-based, lactose-free, and often marketed as supporting healthy aging and hormonal balance. Many products specifically target older women with promises of menopause relief and memory support. But those reassuring labels hide a serious risk: plant estrogens that can disrupt your brain's delicate vascular system. Gloria Benson, a 69-year-old retired music teacher from Oregon, switched to soy milk 5 years ago. She'd read it could help with menopause symptoms and protect her memory. She chose products labeled hormone support or menopause formula, fortified with extra isoflavones, compounds that mimic estrogen in your body. At first, Gloria felt fine. Then came subtle changes: morning brain fog that took hours to clear, blood pressure readings that jumped around unpredictably, the return of migraines she hadn't experienced in years. Most concerning, she began losing words, simple, everyday words she'd known her entire life. One morning, Gloria stood in her kitchen and lost her balance completely. The room seemed to spin. Her husband rushed her to the emergency room, fearing a stroke. The scans showed no stroke, but her brain was under severe vascular stress. The problem was the phytoestrogens in her daily soy milk. In younger women, these plant compounds might not cause issues. But in older adults, especially those with aging blood vessels or taking other medications, these estrogen-like substances can trigger inflammation, disrupt blood flow regulation, and contribute to silent mini-strokes that accumulate over time. Gloria wasn't taking hormone replacement therapy. She wasn't on blood thinners. But years of daily soy milk consumption had slowly damaged her vascular system enough to cause cognitive changes and balance problems. She now attends speech therapy twice weekly. I thought natural meant safe, she told me through tears. I was trying to protect my health, not destroy it. Many soy products don't clearly list their isoflavone content. Even unflavored, basic soy milk contains compounds that affect hormones. For aging brains already dealing with changing hormone levels and fragile blood vessels, this additional hormonal influence can tip the balance towards serious problems. The fourth danger: sweetened and artificially flavored milk. That vanilla almond milk in your refrigerator seems harmless. The lightly sweetened oat milk in your coffee appears healthy. Labels promise low sugar or diabetic friendly. But if you're over 60, these sweetened alternatives could be secretly damaging your brain. Clarence Doyle, a 72-year-old Vietnam veteran from Nevada, drank flavored oat milk daily. The label showed only 6 grams of sugar. No artificial colors. He added it to smoothies, oatmeal, and evening tea. "Helps me relax," he explained. But Clarence's mornings became increasingly difficult. He felt confused and dizzy. His wife noticed he'd forget why he'd gotten up during the night. She worried constantly about his safety. One morning, Clarence collapsed. Emergency room scans showed no full stroke but revealed vascular inflammation and blood sugar stress in brain regions controlling balance and memory. Sugar, whether natural, artificial, or from alternative sweeteners, causes blood sugar spikes and insulin swings. In seniors with slower metabolism and aging blood vessels, this creates chronic inflammation in the brain's delicate circulation system. Those morning confusion episodes, afternoon dizziness, and memory lapses aren't just aging. They're your brain struggling against repeated sugar shocks that damage its blood supply. Even unsweetened flavored milks contain additives that trigger insulin release and increase cravings. Over time, these disruptions lead to silent strokes, accelerated dementia risk, and loss of blood pressure control during sleep. Clarence eliminated all sweetened drinks and switched to whole foods. Some memory problems remain, but he regained his morning clarity and confidence. "I never imagined something so simple could cause such damage," he told me. The fifth danger: powdered senior nutrition drinks. Walk into any pharmacy and you'll see them. Rows of powdered nutrition drinks claiming to support senior health, enhance memory, and extend life. These products promise complete nutrition in a convenient shake. But without medical supervision, they can become dangerous, even deadly. Linda Mayfield, 76 years old, came to me complaining of dizziness, ear ringing, and mental fog that worsened after breakfast. She proudly described her morning routine: a senior nutrition shake with added calcium, vitamins A, D, B6, E, and omega-3 second. "Everything I need in one drink," she said. Her blood tests were alarming. Calcium levels far above normal. Vitamin D double the safe range. B6 levels damaging her nerves. Blood pressure spiking within 30 minutes of her morning shake. Brain scans showed vascular inflammation. Linda was accidentally overdosing herself every morning while believing she was being healthy. These powdered supplements contain mega doses of fat-soluble vitamins that accumulate in aging bodies. Your liver and kidneys slow down with age, unable to process these excessive amounts. The added B6 damages nerves over time. Unbalanced calcium stiffens arteries. Linda wasn't being careless. She was trying to stay independent and healthy. But no one warned her that concentrated nutrition could backfire so severely. The consequences were serious. She now takes medication for balance. Her memory hasn't recovered. She stopped driving, too afraid of dizzy spells. "I thought I was feeding my brain," she said quietly. "I was actually poisoning it." Thousands of seniors rely on these powders without medical guidance, unaware that nutrition after 60 requires precision, not megadoses. Your brain needs balanced, appropriate nutrition, not a chemical flood from a can. The real solution: whole foods for brain health. After learning about these dangers, you might wonder what's actually safe to consume. The answer is beautifully simple: real, whole foods that nourish your brain naturally. Carol Lyman, 76, came to me after months of dizziness, forgetfulness, and exhaustion. Her kitchen counter was covered with supplements, fortified drinks, and senior products. Despite all these supposed solutions, her health was declining. We cleared everything away and replaced it with one strategy: real food for brain health. Every morning, Carol now eats a soft-boiled egg, half an avocado, whole grain toast, and fresh blueberries. She drinks water at room temperature and adds a few walnuts. No pills, no powders. Just real food. Within 3 weeks, her dizziness disappeared. Blood pressure normalized, memory sharpened. She even stopped using her cane. Her brain and body finally worked together, instead of fighting each other. Here's why this works. Eggs provide choline for memory. Avocados offer protective fats for neurons. Whole grains stabilize blood sugar, preventing brain fog. Blueberries and walnuts deliver antioxidants that protect against cognitive decline. Water rehydrates your brain after sleep. These foods don't shock your system with synthetic megadoses. They don't overwhelm your organs with excess minerals. They provide gentle, natural nourishment your brain actually recognizes and uses. More importantly, preparing real food restores dignity and control. You're not dependent on corporate promises or expensive supplements. You're taking charge of your health with simple, time-tested nutrition. If you've read this far, you're not just hoping to live longer, you're determined to live better. That determination doesn't start with another supplement or special drink. It starts with awareness. Throughout my career, I've watched capable people lose their independence not from one bad decision, but from daily choices they thought were healthy. The fortified milk at breakfast, the supplement at lunch, the sweetened drink at dinner. These seemingly innocent habits slowly steal balance, memory, and freedom. You don't need to fear everything you eat. But you do need to question marketing claims. Read labels carefully. Listen when your body sends signals: morning dizziness, memory fog, balance problems. These aren't just aging. They're warnings that deserve attention. Your brain is still fighting for you, still capable of improvement. But it needs real nutrition, not marketing promises. It needs balance, not excess. It needs your informed choices, not blind trust in labels. The most powerful medicine isn't in a pharmacy. It's in choosing whole foods over processed products. It's in stopping unnecessary supplements. It's in understanding your body's actual needs versus what companies want to sell you. This awareness preserves more than brain health. It protects your independence, dignity, and ability to enjoy your grandchildren, pursue your interests, and live on your own terms. Every small change you make today is an investment in tomorrow's cognitive health. You have the power to protect your brain and maintain the life you've worked so hard to build. Don't let clever marketing steal your clarity. Don't trade your independence for empty promises. Your brain health is too precious to leave to chance. Take control, ask questions, make informed choices. Your future self will thank you for the wisdom and courage you show today. Here's to many more years of clear thinking, steady balance, and joyful independence. You've earned the right to age with dignity and vitality. Now you have the knowledge to protect it.